नमस्कार, आप सुन रहे हैं ये पुस्तक बक ब्लू पर।
Shades of Life Poem. In difficult times, the path may go rough. Far sights seem nearer to us when we see a ray of hope. Despite uncertainties, we continue to move forward, showing our courage and strength, keep facing life challenges. We are witnessing the forms of life. Now things become clear to us. Which seemed the simplest, we are trying to sort those folds of chain. In one life, we see many shades. Sometimes we see defeat, sometimes we witness victory. We learn from our mistakes and move forward. The colors of the rainbow appear to fade when time shows its shades. The beauty of life is that it continues to unfold as we live our lives to the fullest. Chapter 1 Super Cyclone. October 29, 1999 at 8 a.m. in Pipli, Puri, Odisha, India. The government issued a television and radio alert directing residents to evacuate coastal areas as soon as possible. According to information from the Weather Bureau, what was previously supposed to be a normal cyclone has turned out to be a massive one. It was predicted that the cyclone would hit the coast within the following 12 hours, causing widespread devastation. People immediately leave their homes after hearing the news on the radio. There was anarchy and stampedes all over. They began sending updates to their loved ones too. Everyone begins to worry about how they could save their family. People were concerned about how they could save their own and their cattle's life in such a short period of time. The government attempts to rescue as many lives as possible, but they are aware that the situation is beyond their control. It was difficult to evacuate rural areas in such a short time period. Death appeared to be dancing before everyone's eyes. People who had left their homes early in the morning for work struggled to return home amid the crowd and stampedes. Rajbir, who owns a handicraft shop in Pipli village near to Puri, is having problems reaching home. When he arrives home, he notices his wife Ramdei huddled in a corner, terrified, hugging her 2 children to her chest. As soon as they saw Rajbir, they quickly hugged him. Rajbir encourages them not to worry. A solution will be found eventually. Simply trust God and be patient. He tries to meet his relatives who live nearby, but is unable to do so due to the chaos. Rajbir informs Ramdei that leaving the house with both children at this time would be like stepping on our own feet. It would be preferable if we could hide inside the house tonight and save our lives. If God wills, we all can survive. Rajbir's greatest strength was his ability to make sound decisions in calm situations. While selling handicrafts to the visitors visiting Puri and Pipli, he had learned to be patient and made sound decisions. Otherwise, while bargaining, other shopkeepers would lose patience and the customer would walk away from them and go to another shop. To save his and his family's life, Rajbir initially arranged all the large furnishings in his home in front of the wall, so that one can hide behind it and be protected from strong wind and rain. This decision taken by Rajbir in difficult times shows his wisdom. Piyush and Uday were still young, and they were witnessing such a disaster for the first time. As the evening approaches, black clouds appear in the skies. It's as if it will bring a terrible storm and rain. The government is also working to save as many people as possible, but it is difficult to visit every village in such a short period of time. At 4 p.m., wind gusted to about 300 kilometers per hour. Mud house roofs begin to blow in the wind. Those unable to travel to the city must take refuge in their own homes. By 8 p.m., severe rain and strong gusts cause the electric poles to fall out of place, and it becomes black all around. People did everything they could to save their cattle, but the storm was beyond their control. Many lambs and goats died instantly after colliding with a wall due to excessive air pressure. As the night progresses, the storm appears to become more powerful and frightening. People take shelter in their own homes, but this is insufficient. The rain and wind are so intense that the houses in the village become scattered. Within a few hours, villages and towns get submerged in the terrible cyclone. In this chaos that continues throughout the night, crops standing in the fields get destroyed in the blink of an eye. To save their lives, people vacate their homes during the storm and start running away. But every effort goes in vain. Villages and cities are completely cut off from each other. The one who came out of the house in the cyclone did not return. The scene of devastation in the morning is breathtaking. Trees had been uprooted all around. Dead bodies were lying like leaves on the ground. And in some places, a flood of water was submerging everything. It was still difficult to say how many people were killed, how many were displaced, and how many suffered losses. But it seemed that about 10,000 people would have died in the cyclone, and approximately the same number would have been displaced. The rain was still continuing, due to which it was difficult to get outside help. Government agencies were engaged in airlifting people from flood-affected areas, but this work was also going on at a very slow pace. Food items and medicines were being dropped from place to place by helicopter so that the people who were trapped could get something to eat. This horrific cyclone decimated many households. Some lost their spouse, and some lost their sibling, some lost their parents. The storm was the worst to hit Odisha in the 20th century, wreaking havoc on the afflicted districts with a powerful storm surge, strong winds, and torrential rainfall that lasted over 24 hours. During the storm, waves over 20 feet high swarmed villages and towns within a 40-kilometer radius. The village's roadways had turned into rivers. Roads, train transportation, and all forms of communication have come to a halt. This was such a severe storm in Odisha's history that people did not have a chance to recover. According to government estimates, 15,000 to 20,000 people died on the spot as a result of the severe storm. Approximately 3 lakh homes were damaged, leaving 18 to 20 lakh people homeless. The super cyclone kills around 24 lakh domestic animals.
अभी आप सुन रहे थे ये पुस्तक बक ब्लू पर। आपको ये किताब कैसी लगी कमेंट में हमें जरूर बताएं। साथ ही स्क्रीन पर दिए गए सभी प्लेटफॉर्म्स पर हमको फॉलो करना ना भूलें। धन्यवाद।